Sourdough Sidekick update coming at you now.
All right guys, it's time for an update on Sourdough Sidekick. I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on what we've been doing on the engineering side, and then we're going to hand it over to the designers to let them talk about where they're headed in the direction of the appearance of the product. So last time we talked, this was just a concept. I think some of you may have voted on your favorite design, A or B. So we've kind of started working towards the direction of making that come to fruition, actually implementing and making the prototype. So what we have in front of us is not necessarily a pretty thing, but it actually works. So we have a flower hopper, we have a water tank, we have a little display screen that kind of gives you updates on what the thing is doing. We have our crock where the sourdough starter is kept and fed. And then we actually have been spending a lot of time trying to figure out how we're actually going to mix the sourdough starter. It's a pretty sticky, icky mess, so we've got to figure out how we're going to properly mix this thing. So it's just basically water and flour, but we've got to get the consistency just right. So right now we're running some tests, really trying to figure out whether our predictive model for how the sourdough starter is going to grow. So what you can see in here is a pretty small amount, but we need to start with a small amount and grow that to what the user really needs. So there's a difference between where we start and where we end up. As you can see here, that we've already fed this thing, but we have probably another 10 hours before it's going to feed again. So as you can see, this thing's held together with duct tape, and a lot of the materials are 3D printed, but we're going to hand it over to the design team to share their vision of this product.
Hi, my name's Perry, and I'm one of the designers of the Sourdough Sidekick. So we started getting into it. We really started diving through the Facebook pages to understand the users, what they were looking for, what they wanted and what they needed, really understand what we were designing for. And so we actually came up with two initial concepts in the latest video that you guys saw. The compact one, super cute, super simple, and one that looked a little bit more like a traditional countertop appliance. Some of the feedback we got was that people liked being able to see all of the components. They liked the big LED screen. They liked the big interface. That's the word I'm looking for. But they liked the traditional one as well. It felt more sturdy. It felt like it had a little bit more functionality to it. And so I was tasked with kind of taking those and really blending them to make something beautiful, something that felt like it really matched the spirit of baking, that authenticity, the organic nature. Most people chose B, which is a great choice. So we started refining that one and really diving into the form factor. Like, what does this thing need to look like? What does it need to feel like? And so we've changed directions a little bit, not too much. It still has the same shape, same size, but it's something a little bit more organic. It's going to really fit that comfortable, soft spirit of baking while not taking up too much attention in the kitchen. So far it's been a short but super thorough process. We're putting a lot of thought, a lot of design into this. We really hope it to be something that is exactly what it needs to be, something that you guys are going to enjoy.
So our next steps for the Sourdough Sidekick is building a lot more of them. We're going to need one for demos, so one that looks nice, that people can come in and play with and interchange and see how the function is and give us feedback on it. And then we're going to need one that we can just keep engineering on and building different flower hoppers and all different shapes and sizes so that we can find what we want. As you can see, our prototype is still very Frankenstein. We got duct tape holding it together and everything. We're working towards a final thing. The best thing you can do to help us get there is to follow the link down below, give us feedback, let us know what's going on so that you can be a part of this and help us move forward as fast as possible. So stay tuned to see the final iteration of this and all our updates. See ya!